So today we're gonna be looking at some fun facts about LGBTQ plus history. Okay, this quiz is by the Trevor Project, which we love them. Very good. I will put links in the description. And so here we are with the first question. What issue inspired the Stonewall Uprising? You could say riot. We know it was a riot. Because riots get things done. Unfortunately, people don't like to listen to peaceful protests, and they don't pay attention until violence is involved. It's unfortunate, but, it's what happened. It's what still happens. It was a riot. Okay, so what issue? I am really thinking it was violence and brutality, but it also could literally be all of them. So I'm just gonna go ahead with my first instinct, which is the police violence and brutality. And let's see if it tells me the answer right away or we find out at the end, because I'm not sure. Oh, correct. The 1960s and previous decades were not as welcoming for LGBTQ plus folks. That is a very light and nice way of putting it. The LGBTQ community found refuge in bars and clubs where they could be themselves and freely express their identities. Police often raided these sanctuaries under the guise of the 3-article rule. I don't know what that is. And violent clashes became more regular for the LGBTQ plus community. Then one night, New York City police raided the Stonewall Inn in Greenwich Village. This raid roughly hauled employees and patrons out of the bar and into the streets, arresting some patrons. This served as the catalyst for 6 days of protests and violent confrontation with the police outside of the bar on Christopher Street. The police violence and brutality against LGBTQ plus bar patrons and residents of Greenwich Village sparked the beginning of the Stonewall Uprising. Oh, there's a nifty little link here so that we can find out. Let's see. Please ignore all of my other everything. Here we are. Okay. Oh, yeah. Dressing in drag was labeled a crime. Because, for whatever reason, some people think gendered and certain people should only be able to wear certain ones, instead of people literally just doing whatever the fuck they want and living their lives, because some people like to get up all in other people's business. Okay. Let's see what's next. Modern pride parades are inspired by the marches following the annual commemoration of the Stonewall Uprising. When was the Stonewall... Can I assume it was June? Maybe. I feel like it was June 1969. That's what I'm feeling. Ooh, I got it. Okay. On the morning of June 28th, 1969, NYPD raided the Stonewall Inn. This sparked the Stonewall Uprising, lasting 6 days. 1 year after the Stonewall Uprising, thousands of New Yorkers gathered and marched from Greenwich Village to Central Park. It was then known as Christopher Street Liberation Day, CSLD. Since then, this march is still done, but it's more recently known as the Pride Parade each year. In 2019, we honored the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising and World Pride in New York City. The Trevor Project was named as a Grand Marshal for World Pride last year to celebrate the milestone anniversary and the LGBTQ plus youth we support every day. Okay, next question. Marsha P. Johnson was an outspoken leader and advocate for LGBTQ rights in the 1960s. As a prominent leader in the Stonewall Uprising, Marsha P. Johnson, a black transgender woman, has become an icon for pride. True or false? Marsha P. Johnson threw the first brick at the Stonewall Uprising. Oh, man. I knew she was a leader, and I knew she was part of that. I actually learned that from Instagram because it's very hard to find, actual good resources that tell you correct facts about LGBTQ plus stuff because, there's a lot of people out there who like to make shit up. And they don't exactly teach you this stuff in school. Man, I don't know. I really don't know. So I'm just gonna say true and it's gonna tell me. Oh, okay. She was there, but she didn't throw the first brick. There are many stories and retellings of the events that occurred at Stonewall on the morning of June 28th. The stories have been shaped into Marsha P. Johnson being the first to throw a brick at the uprising. Marsha's advocacy and passion for LGBTQ+ rights have influenced this story some, but in an interview in 1987, Marsha revealed that she attended the uprising at Christopher Street after the riots had already started. Marsha P. Johnson is an icon and pioneering leader for Stonewall and for Pride everywhere, but contrary to popular belief, she did not throw the first brick. Okay, interesting. True or false? Brenda Howard is known as the Mother of Pride for starting the first march in honor of the first anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising. Oh man, I don't think I've ever heard her name before. And I don't know who did that, so we're just gonna slap a true on it and it's gonna tell me, I guess. Oh, it's true. Okay, Brenda Howard, a bisexual woman, helped organize the first Christopher Street Liberation Day march on the first anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising in 1970. Her accomplishments as a pioneer for LGBTQ movements has enabled pride parades around the country and the world to become what they are today. Nice! Brenda Howard, good on you. The rainbow flag has been the symbol of pride movement since its first appearance at what event? Oh no, oh crap. Is it Chicago? I think it's Chicago. Because I think, or is it San Francisco? I think it's Chicago. I don't know, man. I read a thing about why it no longer has the pink and turquoise stripes because turquoise was just a really hard color to get at the time, and I don't know, they just got rid of the pink. I don't remember why they got rid of the pink, which stood for sexuality, but, is it Chicago? It was San Francisco! Damn it! I thought it was Chicago. Okay. In 1978, the San Francisco Pride Parade, then known as the San Francisco Gay Freedom Day Parade, the rainbow flag debuted as a symbol for gay pride. The designer Gilbert Baker was asked by Harvey Milk to create a unifying symbol for the gay community, and hence the rainbow flag was born. Why did I think it was Chicago? I even second-guessed myself and said it might have been San Francisco. San Francisco makes so much more sense. I don't know why I thought it was Chicago. Okay. Next question. What year was the first official Black LGBTQ Pride celebration held in Washington, D.C.? Not soon enough, I can damn tell you that. But I don't know. Why do I feel like it was not early? I really don't know this one, so I'm going to say 1989, because I don't want to think it was later than that, but also I don't think it was earlier than that. Just, based on the country we live in. So, not quite. And then, it was later than that. That sucks, because, man, that just sucks. Like, you got Marsha over here, like, doing all this legwork, and then nobody even freaking appreciates her till, like, freaking 30. Man. Well, I guess it was more like 20 years later, but still, not cool. And a lot of people still don't appreciate her. At least, I don't want to get into that right now. This is about pride things, good things happening. Okay. In the 1990s, Black Pride events started organizing in partnership with other Pride events throughout the U.S., but the very first official Black Pride event was at a popular Black gay bar in Washington, D.C., the Clubhouse. Since then, Pride events and parades for the Black community have been organized and promoted by the Center for Black Equality. Some of the most famous Black Pride events include New York City's Pride in the City and Detroit's Hotter Than July. Neat. In 1999, Monica Helms created the Transgender Flag, which debuted at which city's Pride Parade in 2000? Ooh. I don't know. I really don't know. But I feel like I should know this. Well, I mean, to be honest, even if I did know this, I would never remember. I'm not good at dates and places. I can tell you all sorts of stories, but the dates and places of those stories, yeah, not a clue. How about Phoenix? Whoa, okay. That was my gut instinct. So I must have read it somewhere and it was in the back of my mind. Okay, the first transgender flag was flown in Phoenix, Arizona. Monica Helms, the original designer of the modern transgender pride flag, created its iconic blue, pink, and white color scheme. Its debut at the 2000 Phoenix, Arizona Pride Parade was the start of an era, with the design now on signs, banners, buttons, t-shirts, and more as representation of transgender equality. Fun facts. It's pretty obvious, but the blue stripes are for masculinity, the pink stripes for femininity, and the white stripe represents non-binary and androgyny. So that's fun. We love it. The updated pride flag, oh yes, this good one. I love this one. Includes 2 new stripes, black and brown. This revision to the original design was released in 2017 to represent the people of color who are vital to the LGBTQ movement. Pioneers such as Sylvia Rivera and Marsha P. Johnson, who were both at Stonewall Uprising in 1969. Where did this pride flag first debut? Man, you're killing me. Aw, chiz, fam. You know, I want... It'd be pretty cool if it was at Stonewall. But I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm feeling like it wouldn't have been at a city hall, so I think Philadelphia is out. I don't know, though. I 100% don't know. So let's try San Francisco again. It was Philadelphia! You're kidding me! Aw. Man, my score's gonna suck. After a series of complaints against LGBTQ bars in Philadelphia, the city wanted more representation of queer, black, and brown folks in their community and pushed to add black and brown stripes to the traditional pride flag. In 2017, the new 8-stripe flag was raised above City Hall in downtown Philadelphia. These stripes are necessary adjustment to the traditional pride flag to recognize and honor black and brown members of the LGBTQ community today and those who started the LGBTQ equality movement. It also represents queer people of color who are marginalized to this day. Okay, let's look at my score. It's not good. I got 4 out of 8. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the history of Pride with us. Pride has come a long way since 1969, but it will always be rooted in showing up for equality and fighting against hatred, violence, and police brutality. Though many experience Pride Month as an opportunity to celebrate their LGBTQ identities, we know that many LGBTQ young people struggle to feel pride, and recent events have inspired deeper reflection this year. Trevor supports all individual expressions of pride this year and every year. The state of the world has increased uncertainty and anxiety for many LGBTQ youth. We know that these added stressors can exacerbate the unique challenges that LGBTQ young people already face and can lead to negative mental health outcomes such as depression and thoughts of suicide. From feelings of grief, anxiety, and fear to stress related to isolation and physical distancing, our crisis services were there for LGBTQ youth regardless of what was happening in the world. And then you can make a donation here. So, I mean, 50%'s pretty good for not being taught it in school, like, ever. I literally don't think the Stonewall riots ever came up in my schooling. And that was even with going to a more liberal high school. Things like this, our history just doesn't come up for whatever reason. You get the history of other oppressed groups, of people of color, women, Native Americans, all those people get brought up in school. I'm just hoping at some point that, LGBTQ plus folks and their history can be brought up. Because within all of those other oppressed groups, there are people who overlap in the LGBTQ plus community. And it's even harder for them because, double the oppression, or maybe it's squares. I'm not really sure of the, if it's exponential or multiple, that's a statistics major. But I think this quiz was pretty neat, and I learned a lot, and I think that's pretty cool. So thanks for watching me fail this quiz and learning with me. So I'll catch y'all later. Bye.